quickly talk about Antman because
Okay.
I went to go see it because you had done the premiere, which is so cool. You get to do that and get to watch the movie and get paid for it.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, we did the early screening. It was a day before the film came out, and you could listen to my show and win in to go and, you know, bring a guest. So I have to introduce the film. So I got to go in front of a theater of like 100, 150 people. And I walk up front and I go, I know we're about to see Ant-Man, so I'm going to keep this real short. And I just pause. I just pause for like 5 seconds. And then everybody starts laughing. And I'm like, okay, folks, my name is JR. Thank you so much for coming out to my premiere. I just like owned it. Like it was specifically just mine.
Nobody else was up there talking. So you're like, well, shoot, it's mine.
Exactly. So I talked for maybe, 30, 45 seconds, got everybody pumped up and excited, and went and sat down and stuffed my face with popcorn and watched the movie.
Obviously.
So it wasn't my favorite Ant-Man movie of the three, but it was still very enjoyable. I think what I really took out of it was how funny it was, how incredible Paul Rudd always is, and how quotable the movie is. There are so many quotes.
There's a lot of good quotes. Yes, I'll agree with you on that part.
And I don't want to say them all here for people that haven't heard it, because I'm not about spoilers or anything like that. And to be honest with you, Dave, I haven't been super into Marvel since Endgame. I mean, I've watched the Spider-Man with all three, of course. I did a premiere for Thor. I did a premiere for Doctor Strange, but I didn't particularly love those movies. But Ant-Man, I left, and I was like, this was kind of cool. Like, it was funny, and Paul Rudd's great, and it was kind of middle of the road for me, but it was enjoyable still.
Okay, good. I like that. I went to the matinee, so I paid $9. So out the gate, I'm like, cool, only spent $9. So if I get $9 of film time, which includes trailers, good investment.
Right. And it was like low key. Like you said, it wasn't packed, right?
Bro, there was 7 people in there. I went to the first showing at 3 p.m. on Thursday because it's during the day. Let me go. In the place where I work, there's an AMC you can walk to. So I'm going to be seeing a lot of movies, so I got to do some more movie reviews.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Rudd, funny as usual. I expected that. I like the monologues they did of him, like walking around with the narration.
My life's a little strange. Those ones.
The thing I didn't like was the random Bill Murray. I like Bill Murray. He's funny and everything, but I don't understand why. And are you bringing him back? No, because I think he got, spoiler, eaten by that monster thing. Yeah. And then it was very Star Warsy, and Star Wars
really was.
Is over here, and Marvel is over here, and I get that it's interdimensional and whatever, but too much
so weird
Star Wars.
That you say that, and not to cut you off, but one of the things that I was doing to hype up the event that I was going to host for the film was they're calling this the Star Wars of Marvel films. So that's dude, you picked right up on that. So that had to be true in some capacity.
Yeah, I didn't read that, but that makes sense. Just visually, they walk into this bar where they meet up, and Michelle Pfeiffer's character knows the Bill Murray character, and they talk. And you're like, okay, it's aliens, and it's a weird bar. This is the bar on, I can't remember the planet. I don't think it's Tatooine, but it's, the guys are do 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 do. Oh, play that same song, okay, and they just play it over and over again. That's what that was like. Jonathan Majors, I thought was good as the Conqueror. He's gonna be in Creed. He's the villain in Creed.
That's right. Yeah.
So dude's everywhere. He was in that cool show about, it was ghosts and monsters and stuff, and I can't remember. It was on AMC or HBO, but it was cool. It was that was the first time I'd seen him, and then I saw him in this. He's gonna be in Creed. I don't know. I can't remember a ton of it. Oh, and then the one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I know you're a big Ninja Turtles fan, was what was up with the dude that looked like Krang, but big fat head Krang?
Yeah, that was weird. And that was one of the funniest parts of the movie.
With that end dialogue was so good.
Right, and I don't know how much of what you just said might be spoilers that you might want to bleep out, because the last thing we need is the MCU coming after us. But yeah, he had a lot of memorable lines. They were super funny, and it was like a big smushed thumb
of a face.
Yeah, and he was a bad guy, but you were like, it's just so funny because nobody took him seriously. But yeah, he absolutely looked like Krang.
That's all I could think about because of the little legs, and then at the end was like, oh, but at least I died in Avenger. And you cut to Paul Rudd. He's like, yeah, you made it. You did.
Yeah, again, we might want to try to blur some of this out, but yeah, all in all, fun movie. But again, I haven't really been invested in Marvel since Endgame. Iron Man is my all-time. I'll go back and watch those movies until I'm old and gray, which, you know, judging by my back, like we talked about at the beginning of this episode, probably isn't too far off, but man, I love those movies. I'll always watch them. They're timeless to me. But overall, it was enjoyable.
Yes, that's the thing. People stop having such a high standard that every movie has to be a classic. Just, did you have a good time? Cool.